today. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out.
They're led out by the 6-year quarterback out of the University of North Carolina, Mitch Trubisky.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Trubisky's throw taken in by Hawkinson here.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Here's Trubisky.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
So here are the Jaguars in great field position already.
They're led out by Kirk Cousins, former Michigan State product, who's now in his 11th NFL season.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, Cousins. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. The first time out, they had the interception. That stopped their drive 3 points the other way, so now they work from behind.
They do. but he's got to walk out on the field like he's working from ahead. All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass, because all eyes on his team are on him. They gain their confidence from the way he reacts, his demeanor, and how he plays. He's got to show that he has confidence in himself.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action now. Cousins. Got a man. That's Lazard. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them, because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Cousins. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Adams. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 18. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Throwing, Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Cousins. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Trubisky. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. More from L.A. in a moment.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
The Chargers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On first down, Trubisky.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Trubisky. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops, a tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. Tucker's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
It looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt. You can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing here, Trubisky. Dancing to his left.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded at the 20.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out come the Jags.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins.
Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
On 1st and 10, Cousins.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Cousins again.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. Got an open man. It's Pringle.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. (10-3) our score after 1 here on EA Sports.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down.
Throwing is Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job is simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
To throw is Cousins. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. Flush to his right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Tooney.
Hunt will try going up the middle. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Trubisky. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Devondre Campbell, nice play to get in there and drop him. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And he missed it. It's no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They were losers last week, dropping that game to the Indianapolis Colts. But the good news for them, they've got the lead right now and the football. 1st and 10. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it. And now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1 yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Fournette running wide side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. He's got the hook up to Lazard.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll run it again with Fournette. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The kick by Elliott is good, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
He'll get that one to Carter, complete.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They go play action. Cousins. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Cousins' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, it's Fournette. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Cousins now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. He's at the 50. 30. 10. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's up. This is good, and it makes it a 16-10 game now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. The Jaguars getting set to go. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. To throw, Cousins. He'll get this to Lazard. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So out come the Chargers.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to Lazard. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Cousins.
Open man is Osborne. He's got him.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the visiting Chiefs who come in and get the victory on the road. Isaiah Pacheco, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Nick Chubb, well over 100 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Cousins on first down. This one left side, caught by Patterson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run with Patterson. He'll get it inside the 20. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. Oh, what a move. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins looking middle, and that's complete. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Fournette going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here.
Cousins will try and throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, right back to Hunt.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively.
They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going.
Oh, into a sea of defenders.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Play fake. Cousins.
And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
On second down, here's Fournette. And everyone on their assignment defensively there as he'll be taken down behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Now a dump off here complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And Xavier Woods with a pick.
And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 44. After the interception, here's Trubisky, eluding the pressure right.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll run with Hunt. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. Tucker's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Cousins to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Osborne.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Fournette running right. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Throwing, Cousins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Chargers ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Trubisky. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and a yard. Trubisky looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now it's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. The Chargers on third down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A carry here for Hunt, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Trubisky. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Kaiser White. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Up the gut, Fournette. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A handoff to Fournette. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. He hits Adams, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Cousins. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Jaguars look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hand.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. He finds his man, complete. It's Goodwin. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky, throw right side, complete to Carter. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Jags grab it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Here's a give to Fournette. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Leonard Fournette. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 118 yards on the ground for Fournette. It's a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the run, it's Fournette. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Woods with a pick. The 40. The 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Tucker now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Fournette, a first down carry. And down to the 41. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Fournette once more on second down. And still about 3 yards shy of a... Charles, a lot.